Right, so in this video there's two subjects that need to be covered. The first and most obvious, why the left hand side of my face is all kind of drooped down and I'm finding it hard to talk right now. And the second is it's now 10:15 AM and I've been fasted, so I haven't eaten any food since yesterday at 8 PM. Two huge subjects which I'm going to cover as soon as I've trained. Feeling good. I've established it's not a snatch kind of day. My balance is all over the place. Feeling quite weak still, so I'm going to do a Metcon. I'm going to use the ski erg for the first time, which I haven't used in a long while. I haven't used it here, I've used it before. I'm going to put some GHDs, some rope climbs, and then some runs. It's going to be a bit hickledy-pickledy, but it's going to do the job. Sorry I'm not talking too much at the moment, but it's because my face is like, ugh, I can't really get my words out properly. I've changed my mind. Because the rowers are outside, I'm going to use the rower. I'm going to do 10 calories on the rower, and then going to do 2 rope climbs, 10 GHD sit-ups with a 9 kilo med ball, and then a 200-meter run. How many rounds? 6 to 10? I'm gonna put it out there, 6 to 10, because I'm not sure how long I'll last. But let's go. That was really hard. 6 rounds, 10 calories on the rower, 10 GHDs with a 9 kg ball, 2 rope climbs, a 200-meter run. That was hard, fasted. I'm so hungry now. So there we have it, it's boiling hot, and the general feel in the box is that they all thought I'd had a stroke last night, which is very nice of them. But let's cover the first subject, the shorter of the two, the easier of the two subjects I'm going to cover in this vlog. I had to go and have a really big filling done today. Had injections in the front, in the back of my mouth, and then it was still sensitive, so they injected more. So all my face is drooped and it's really uncomfortable. Still can't eat, which is annoying. But anyway, I'm now going because I've got more of these new LeanMachines vests and t-shirts to print up. We put it in Sunday's video. If you guys and girls want to have these available for you to wear yourself in your training and just generally just rep the TLM brand, let me know in the description box below, like this video, because if enough people want them, we will put them out there. Now that I can actually talk a little bit, the second part of this video, which I'm going to break down a little bit more, is why have I not eaten since yesterday? Right, so while I was back, cast your mind back when I was in Bali. Me and Carly obviously had a beautiful honeymoon, and one of the things that's really nice while you're away is that you get to relax. And one of the things that me and John always do, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to be on holiday to do it, is when we're not doing a great deal of activity, we tend to bring our calories down. Obviously, that is one of the most obvious things to do to make sure that you're not over consuming calories. If you're not, you know, energy out, energy in, it's a balance. You want to make sure that you keep control of that balance. And one of the things that we done, 2 or 3 of the days we were traveling pretty much the whole day. So we're like, we're not really going to be doing anything. So instead of turning around and just going, oh, we'll just snack or we'll just do this, we've just done that. We went, right, we'll eat our breakfast and then we're gonna fast all day. We're not gonna eat anything until the evening, right? Just a simple fast. I hate to give it a name, but we fasted for the day, if that's what you wanna call it. And then I was like, oh, that was pretty nice actually. As soon as I turned around and put a label on it and a time and a destination, I just drank water all day. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I thought I felt hungry quite a lot, but after a while I just drank some water, then I felt fine. I felt like I was concentrating on what I was doing. I wasn't thinking about food, blah, blah, blah. And then long story short, came back and I went, you know what? I'm gonna do a very basic fast. 2 days a week. So on a Sunday night, I'm gonna be doing a 16/8 fast, which basically means for 16 hours from 8 PM on a Sunday evening until midday today, at 12, I'm not gonna eat anything. All I'm gonna do is just drink water. And then on a Friday, I'm gonna do exactly the same. Yes, there is loads of different so-called reasons and science and research and all this kind of stuff that supports things like growth hormone release, more effective fat loss, cognitive function, neuroplasticity. There's so many different things, but one of the things we're talking about as well, which is a stress response, which exercise actually does as well, is autophagy. Autophagy is a huge word that a lot of people talk about alongside fat burning, that kind of stuff as well. Basically, autophagy is your body's recycling system, right? So what happens when you create a stress response, your body turns around and goes, oh, right, okay, what am I gonna do? It searches out all of these broken down cells or misfunctioning cells or dead cells, breaks them down into their tiny little parts and either uses it as energy or makes new cells, new energy for the body, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of stuff is very cool. It's very cool. But the biggest thing for me, science aside, you know what? I just think it feels nice to feel hungry a little bit sometimes. I'm still gonna consume my calories just the same as I would. So from now, it's now like I'm 8 minutes late. You're making me late for my food. It's just a case of not over consuming. So now I've got all my calories set out for the day and I'll just eat as I normally would. It's not something that I would turn around and say, give a bash if it doesn't fit your lifestyle. But for me, you know what? I just wake up and now when I'm hungry or when I think I'm hungry, I am actually hungry. It sounds really bad, but it is actually nice to know what it feels like to actually be hungry rather than just I've always mothered my digestive system. I've always had a little bit of a tickle. I'm like, oh, better get some food. And this is one of the things, it's just teach me a little bit more self-control. And I'm gonna stick with it for the next few months, see how I get on. If you want to know anything more about it, let me know, and I can put some links to some different research and bits and pieces that I've been looking at as well. But yeah, I'm now gonna go. With that being said, I'm now gonna go and get a Nando's. Oh yeah. Nando's was great, and now I'm rocking some amazing hair. Look at that for a view. That's my wife's butt, and underneath her is Stephen, and we're now going to take him on a walk, because you're going to Cannes, aren't you?
I'm going to Cannes.
Carla's going to Cannes, so we're going to spend some time, take him for a little bit of walk before she goes, and then I'm going to hit another workout. This is the result of Stephen's walk. Full quadruple spready. You done, mate? You're tired, aren't you, hey? You are tired. Now time for the second workout of the day. I am having, which I brought home from Bali, some ginseng coffee. This stuff is, whoa, 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 it turns me crazy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna work out in the garden because it's still wonderful. Chest session, and then I'm gonna finish with a light DT session, which is gonna be, DT is horrid anyway. Doesn't matter what weight, but I'm gonna use it as some conditioning at the end. Let's get going. Oh yeah. That just was not fun. Sweating, it was like 5 minutes work. Rank. I think I need a cold shower. In the time it took the camera to get some charge, I've done a few things. 1, I put some clothes on. 2, I went to the shop and bought some supplies. 3, I came back and took my clothes back off again. But now, I've got some food prep on the go. I'm making a chili, which is gonna go in the slow cooker. You've seen me do it a million times. 500 grams of mince. I'm gonna put some peppers in. I'm gonna put some fine beans in. I don't use like shop bought chili, so I'm gonna use some chili powder, oregano and some paprika for that. I'm gonna put some kidney beans in. I'm gonna put some tinned tomatoes in. Just put loads of stuff in there so I can have some food for tomorrow. And then for tea, I am making a bit of like a stir-fried chicken. I've never really made it before. I've put some chicken fillets in some medium Nando sauce, left them to marinate all day. And I'm gonna use some of these like egg noodles. I'm gonna pan fry some of those, cook the chicken separately, put a load of veg in with the noodles, a little bit of sweet chili sauce, and just essentially see how it comes out. So I'll catch you in a sec for the result. Oh yes, get in my belly. It is bedtime, but I haven't given you all a tip for this video before I disappear. One tip is don't ever be afraid to try something new. I remember when I was a very young, naive coach in the industry when I first started, and people were talking about fasting protocols and intermittent fasting and all these different terminologies, IF, this, that, and the other, 16-8, and I was like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Don't look any further than the food pyramid or the food plate. And I bashed so many things as a young coach, as a young person, as a young man. And it's really, really important. Obviously, I've still got so much to learn, so many mistakes to make. I'm super excited to make them because that's when we learn the most. But it's super important to be open-minded, especially in an industry like health and fitness. You've got to be open-minded, look at things, do your research, make your own opinion based on your own experience opposed to somebody else's opinion. So don't be afraid to try new things, or don't be afraid to revisit old things that you may not have liked when you were younger, when you were a little bit more arrogant and naive. There you go, that's beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna end this vlog right now. Thank you all so much for watching, keep being awesome, and I will see you on the next one, hopefully with JC when he's back from Scotland. If not, I'll just keep pulling along and I'll wait for him to get back next week, and we'll be back together smashing it because he's feeling good now. He can lift, he can train. It's freaking good to have him back. Have a good one, guys.